So this video is about how to become the president of your class. Oh my goodness, how exciting. Okay, so if you're watching this video, you probably already have the desire and passion and strive to possibly run for a student class role, and maybe you're looking to be the president or the vice president, but I feel like that this can kind of apply to any of those. But for me, I was voted as my class president, which, oh my God, I'm so excited about. It was on my list of things that I wanted to do in my life, and a lot of times I don't do the things on my list because I psych myself out, or I feel like maybe I'm not good enough to do it, or that somebody will be better, that I won't win, all those kind of negative self-talks. But a couple years ago, I made a resolution to start doing the things that my heart truly longs for, and hopefully it will bring along some exciting adventures. So when I started school, I said to myself, I really want to be the class president, but I'm really nervous. Like, how do I do it? I don't know. And, I just followed what my heart said, and it worked. So I'm going to explain to you guys how I did it and how you can too. So I think the first most important thing for being your class president or any other role is to really show that you are accepting of everybody and just being like a positive person and a positive light for people. And that kind of starts the minute that you walk into class, and just like the vibe you give people. I'm the type of person that I am nice to everybody, and I'm interested in everybody, and I want to know your story and know about you and be friendly and be helpful and be encouraging. So I kind of exude that. I would like to think I will say I am very shy in real life normally when I'm not talking on YouTube. So it's a little, sometimes I have to kind of push myself to be outgoing, but when I am outgoing, I like to think that I am nice and positive. So that's the first thing. The second thing is you really want to kind of show your class and show your peers what is important to you and why you should be president. And that doesn't mean that when the election day comes, you go, I want to be president because of this, this, and that. You need to start showing your character before that. So for example, with me, I knew going in to nursing school that I would love to be class president, but even if I'm not, I want to be somebody that promotes an accepting, encouraging atmosphere for everybody. And even for myself, things are going to be a lot easier for me if I know that I have my peers to fall back on. And I also know that everybody has different things going on in their life, and if I can be supportive for somebody and help somebody to achieve their goals, that is really important to me, and that is the type of person that I want to be and the type of atmosphere I want to create. I also know in nursing there is kind of a stigmatism of like nurses, they're young, and there can kind of be like a little bit of like bullying, and I think in any kind of peer group there's always bullying and cliques and things like that, and I just don't do it. I don't like cliques, to be honest. I'm the person who tries to be friends with everybody. That's kind of the atmosphere that I wanted to create, and I do think in peer groups and in classes and things like that, like once that little bit of that spark of like nastiness and bullying starts, it kind of builds and gets bigger and bigger, and I just don't, I didn't want it for my class, personally. And I know that might sound kind of like it's my class, but you know what I mean? I didn't want an atmosphere like that. So that was really part of my campaign too, was to let people know that I am a friend to everybody, and I want to be supportive to anybody, and I want them to feel like maybe they don't have time to be on the board, but of course they care, and I want them to know that they can approach me at any time with any suggestions or any wants and needs, and I will address that. So before I even ran for president, because we don't start our class running until like 2 months in, I was recording the lectures and putting them online for everybody. I was also posting like practice problems on the Facebook group and things like that, because I felt like, remember I said with like the little spark can kind of like ignite something really big. I feel like that's true with positivity and growth and encouragement as well. There were certain times this semester that I felt really stupid. If you guys watch my story time video, you'll see that one. But there's times where we all feel incompetent and down on ourselves, and like we aren't going to be able to do this, and it's important to know that you have people that are there for you. And it's so funny because I had people in my life when I was recording the videos and posting them, and because like when you do that, like honestly, people can skip class, and sometimes it's tempting to not wake up at 6 a.m. to get to class when you can just listen to the videos online. So I had people in my life being like, why are you doing all that extra work? And I'm like, because I'm telling you, at some point, like I'm going to need their help, and I want to build this place of acceptance and encouragement, all of these things. So if you guys watch my other video, you know that my car got totaled in a parking lot at my apartment. Like it was parked, I wasn't even in it. And it got totaled and I didn't have a car. And I had classmates coming up to me that I had never even talked to before, or maybe said like 2 words, and they're like, if you ever need a ride, just let me know. Like, I got you. It's fine. I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. And then I didn't have access to my books. People were taking pictures of like 40 pages and sending them to me, and not necessarily people that, of course you're going to go to class and you're going to meet those couple people that you really click with, and it wasn't necessarily, those people obviously were amazing, but it was people that I hadn't even talked to before. And that's great. Like that's the kind of atmosphere that I want to create. So I think if you want to run for a class role, I think it's really important to really practice what you preach, make it very clear what you're promoting, what your basis for a campaign is running on. For me, kind of my thing was like vote 100, because I want all 100 of us to pass the NCLEX. So how we can help each other and encourage and just create a really motivational, accepting community. So that was kind of what I ran my campaign on. But of course, like you guys should run on what you think is important. So maybe for you, like, I don't know, maybe you guys want to raise a ton of money and do all these great things for your school and stuff like that. For me, the fundraising wasn't like a huge part of it. I know that our vice presidents are like so about fundraising, so it's a really good dynamic. I'm kind of more like, oh my God, I don't want to manage money whatsoever. So yeah, but it's just, what works for you and what you want to do and what you bring to the table. And don't ever feel like that you're not good enough to run for a class officer role. We all have that little voice in the back of our head that's like, you can't do it. You won't do it. You know what I mean? Like, we all have that voice. Even the most amazing people in the world have that voice, unless they're narcissists, but then they have all kinds of other things going on. But don't let that voice get to you. Really think about what is your truth and what are your values and what are, like, really show why you want to be a part of your class office. And I think that as long as you really show you're passionate and you don't even need a history of having like any type of government or management or kind of leadership role. You just need to show your peers your genuineness and what is important and what you bring to the table. And hopefully, that will work out in your favor. And if it doesn't, don't get sad. In college, like my first time in college, like when I was pre-med, I wanted to run for class office and I didn't. And do you want to know why? I didn't run because when I was in 6th grade, I ran for class president. And in my class president's speech, I said, you don't need to vote for me because this other person is a really good leader. And I just talked up this other person because they were my friend. I didn't focus on me and what I would bring to the table. I just focused on how great they were. And because I did like them as a person. And they ended up winning. And I was just so discouraged after that. I was like, I'm never running again because I lost my 6th grade middle school presidential class election. Like, ridiculous. So, I mean, don't let those things get you down. You know, if you don't win, there is a next time. I let my 6th grade presidential election hold me back. Don't let things hold you back. Because when you don't let things hold you back, look at where you get. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that video. I hope that you feel encouraged and motivated to run for your class office and bring your best values and thoughts and goals for your class into reality. And yeah, so make sure you subscribe to my channel and I'm making more videos. Bye guys.